Hello guys, introduce myself. My name is Mama Taufik. My student number is 2103050013. Alright. Alright, today I can review the journal and the title is Analyzing the Speaking and Writing Competence of Indonesian Student in the USA, a case study. It was found that the participant demonstrate well in both speaking and writing. However, it was also found that the participant has a limitation in linguistic competence, grammar in both speaking and writing, as well as a strategy competence, fluency in speaking. Therefore, the composition strategy suggested by Oxford can be implemented, such as a code switching. Introduction. Not long after the proclamation of freedom in Indonesia, English was chosen as the first foreign language in the country instead of duty, the language of people of Netherlands who rule Indonesian foreign countries Master 2005. Give this fact, English has been taught at the school, becoming one of a compulsory subject and treat similarly with Indonesian language or Bahasa Indonesia in the school curriculum. However, English in Indonesia is still viewed as a difficult language to learn due to the different structure and grammar from Bahasa Indonesia. The way it's spoken and writing has become the preliminary problem of Indonesian students in learning English. Since Bahasa Indonesia is also used as the national language, there is no reason for the people to learn the language. Despite the issue of English as a foreign language in Indonesia, state that it is now considered as an access to international markets, significant knowledge and expertise, and it is a need for the country's development, especially for research and academic. Therefore, their communicative competence in English is necessary to fulfill their intention, mainly in speaking and writing. It is because writing and speaking are the most critical skill need for research as academics, so they can do a presentation in seminars and conferences internationally, give a lecture in English, word we write English research journal and article. In the country, there are students to postgraduate and postdoctoral study abroad. Speaking anxiety was found from the presentation done is this academy setting. The anxiety is a case by the fear of negative evaluation being characterized in depending too much word appeared in the PowerPoint presentation, which many research and academic do in a seminar and conferences. In terms of writing, Adnan 2009 in his research equate the language transfer for the first language to the Phrygian language in writing English language journal. We make cases Indonesian research to get rejection. The reason of by a rejection was their writing in English was still influenced by their first language discourse pattern. Based on the problem mentioned, a case study was conducted to evaluate the communicative competence of a research who is studied in the United States. The theory of a communicative competence, CC, the theory of a communicative competence was coined by Dale Hymes in the 1960 and emphasized the grammatical rules are not enough to produce the speaking and other language skill which enable communication purpose and the linguistic competence, strategy competence, social linguistic competence, action competence, and discourse competence were a part of CC. Socio-cultural competence is related to the social and cultural context of a communication. Discourse competence is about how to select, sequence, and urgent work. Structure and interest in order integrate spoken message. Linguistic competence refers to four types of knowledge: phonological, sound, lexical, vocabulary, morphological, part of speech, and synthetic, word order or sentence structure. Formalistic competence defines their chunk of a language that speak frequently used in everyday international instructional competent mean how to perform common speech in the target language in conversation in an interaction, and strategy competent encompass technique for dealing with difficult and limitation in using English such as a gesture and a memorization. However, the theory was used the fine approach of how to improve the student speaking performance through their speaking errors. Like we also use the CC theory as an approach for learning to acquire the communicative ability, but in a foreign language skill such as listening, reading, speaking, and writing. He used Bahasa Indonesia both at the home and work, but speak English during his study in the US. He began studying English when he was a junior high school, and he spent most of his time in Indonesia. The author chose the participant because 1. His mother tongue was not English. 2. His major was not English. 3. He began studying English for the beginner level. 4. He was studying abroad. And 5. Due to his job, he write a journal and join conferences. The reason why he was still studying English, which English was the research. He must read and write English journals since he lived in the US. He had to communicate with the local people in English. Okay, thank you for you watch my video, and I think that's all for me. Thank you and goodbye.